Hobbies, and welcome to this week's Crystals and Coffee. Thank you for joining me. It's been a funny old week for me, have to say. Sorry this one has come out a little bit late compared to usual. I've not been on my full game this week, if I'm honest. I've not been feeling very well, and I've got this issue going on with my eyes, so I had to go down to the eye hospital one afternoon this week, and that was a big thing in itself because I cannot stand hospitals or doctors, and obviously with COVID going on I had to go on my own, and it was horrible, but it was painless, it was okay, nothing serious. I just have some ongoing treatment and probably just have to put up with a very annoying eye for the next few weeks, but I am trying to get things back together. So I apologise, I've slacked off a bit this week, and I'll be back with it next week. So I hope you've had a good week. I hope you had a better week than me. And we'll just crack on with what we're talking about today. And today's podcast is, well, the title of it is Crystal quote unquote first aid. So basically it's going to involve talking about some quite common ailments that we all encounter quite often, and we may want a little bit of extra support for. I will go ahead and say right now that I do not agree with alternative therapies and crystal therapies taking the place of traditional medicine and professional and medical advice. So if you do have any health issues or you're in any type of pain, then this is not something to turn to before medical advice. So go to professional medical advice. What I'm talking about today is to be used alongside that as a complementary therapy, as an energetic, soothing therapy alongside any other treatments that you may need or may carry out. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. First of all, though, I just want to let you know about a special offer I have going on in my crystal store at the moment. I have an online crystal store over on Etsy, and the entire shop is included in this offer of 15% off when you enter the code Halloween at the checkout. It's valid up until midnight on the 31st of October only. So if you want to head over there later on, I'll put the link in the description, or you can get there via my website katiebat.com and go ahead and use that discount for 15% off. Great. Okay, so crystals that can assist in everyday ailments in our kind of crystal first aid kit. So there are 6 different ailments I'm going to be talking about today. Very common things that you can get for all sorts of reasons. They can be recurring, everyday things. So we'll start off talking about headaches. So headaches, obviously we get headaches for umpteen different reasons. Most commonly, though, I would say seems to be stress headaches, tension headaches, maybe lack of fluids headaches, things that aren't particularly serious. You just need to top yourself up, maybe take some paracetamol, ibuprofen, and you can just go along about the way. If you're getting constant headaches, you get chronic headaches, then of course that's something to speak to a doctor about. But if you're like me and you get headaches really quite often, and I know that I get headaches from past experiences, I know that I get them from stress, get them from tension, because I can feel them all going down my neck. I have hormonal headaches, so I get headaches roughly around the same time every month as well. So I know that the ways that I can manage that, and there's ways that I complement that by using crystals. So crystals that you can use to help you with headaches. One I use most of all is amethyst, because all of these crystals for headaches can be placed on the brow chakra in the center of your forehead. Very apt place for a headache, and amethyst works very, very well with the brow chakra, being that it's purple. So I've got here that amethyst lapis lazuli and smoky quartz are the most popular ones to use for headaches. They're ones that I use, particularly I use amethyst and smoky quartz for mine, because I not only hold an amethyst on my forehead, I may also hold a smoky quartz or maybe a black obsidian, a dark stone at the base of my neck as well, on the back, to help relieve some tension. Because if tension is the cause of the headache, paracetamol and ibuprofen aren't going to relieve that tension. They are just dulling the pain. That's what they are. They're painkillers, but they don't get to the root of the problem, which is the stress and the tension, which is what the crystals can help with, because they have that soothing energy, they have that de-stressing energy, they have that relieving tension energy. So it's something that will complement alongside other forms of treatment as well. So for headaches, I highly recommend amethyst, lapis lazuli, and smoky quartz, and they can also be used on the base of your neck as well. Next ailment, which is one I absolutely hate, and touch wood, knock on wood right now, that I have not had this for a long time, but I have had it in my life before, and it's horrendous, and it's toothache. If you've ever suffered from toothache, then you know what I'm talking about. I had the most horrific toothache a good few years ago when I had a problem with one of my wisdom teeth. This was over 10 years ago now, before I had my kids, and it was horrendous. I had an infection in it. Oh, it was nasty. So toothache is very, very painful. So if you're getting toothache, then obviously you're going to want to see your dentist. But if you want a little bit of extra calm, healing energy, or maybe even crystals to take with you to the dentist to help you as well, because again, I'm very nervous around dentists, even more so than I was going to the hospital. It's awful. So crystals that you can use for your toothache to help relieve pain, again, release that tension in the jaw and in the mouth that could be exacerbating the pain, is to use stones such as amber, lapis lazuli again, because it's a great de-stressing, tension relieving crystal, and malachite is really helpful for this as well. So do not put these crystals in your mouth. Do not put them up against your teeth directly. Do it through your face. So place them on your jaw, on your cheek, line them up the best you can with the affected area, and hold them on there to just kind of channel that energy to the affected area. And if you want some crystals to take with you to the dentist to help you remain calm, then you can bring in some amethyst again, and smoky quartz again can help you with feeling a little bit more level-headed and a bit calmer, maybe a bit more rational if you do have a fear of the dentist, because I know I certainly do. So those are the crystals that you can use to help you with toothache. Another one happens on a monthly basis for me is period cramps. So there are several crystals that you can use to help with this. I also take, if they get too bad, I take ibuprofen or paracetamol, or whichever it is that you know is safe for you to take, or that you've been advised to take by your healthcare professional. To use for period cramps though, to help kind of release tension in that area, help you feel a bit more settled and a bit more relaxed, then you can use crystals such as chrysocolla, which is a really pretty crystal, citrine, labradorite, and one of my faves, rose quartz. These, probably no surprise, can be used on your sacral chakra, which is right above the area where your uterus is, so it's just below your navel. So if you want to hold the crystal or crystals, whichever ones you're using, over that area, to kind of focus that energy into the direct place, and if you're able to. I mean, if you're kind of sat at work at the desk, you're not going to be able to lie down and place a crystal on your sacral chakra, but you can certainly hold on to the crystal, or if you're able to place it behind you on the chair, lining it up with your base chakra, it can help as well to send those right energies. It's all about intention when it comes to crystals. So if you are only able to hold it, just, if you can, just focus for a little while of where you want this energy to go, and almost like mentally telling the crystal what you want it to help you with, can direct their energy to the right place too. So that's our first three: headaches, toothache, period cramps. I'm just going to break in again to let you know that I can also provide you with your own bespoke crystal prescription. That is also available over on my Etsy store. It's where you can it's a service I offer where you can tell me what it is that you are struggling with, what it is that you feel that you need a little bit more complementary help with, a little bit of energy help with. It can be physical, mental, emotional, whichever it is that you really want crystals to help you with. And then I will go about gathering together some information for you based on my own intuition and instincts and what I'm drawn to on your behalf, and also calling on my knowledge and experience with crystals and treating clients of what I would recommend to them, and put together your own 5 crystal prescription, and you will receive a detailed explanation of your prescription, describing each stone, why it's relevant and how to use it, and you'll also receive the 5 crystals as well, in a pouch for you to use however you wish to, whether that be to carry around with you or to follow the specific guidance that you get in your prescription. So if that is something that you would be interested in, or something you'd like to know more about, then again, you just go visit my Etsy store. You can get there through the link in the description, or you can go through my website katieback.com and just pop crystal prescription in the search bar for my shop, and it will pop right up and you can see all of the details there. And if you want to ask me any questions, then feel free to send me a message as well. Okay, so moving on to our 4th ailment. We have swelling and inflammation. So this can be, again, from all number of things. You may have rolled your ankle, you may have overdone it on a run or in the gym and your muscles are hurting. It might be that you have joint issues. It could be something such as fibromyalgia, which can obviously cause joint inflammation and pain. So there's lots of different reasons why we'll get swelling and inflammation. And again, if you're getting sudden swelling and inflammation and you don't know where it's from, then you need to speak to a professional. But if you also then want to back that up with some energetic and some healing, then go ahead and use crystals such as rhodonite, which is particularly good for joints, amethyst again, and jet, which is a really just lovely solid black crystal, really nice. Rhodonite I've used personally on pulled muscles. Again, it was a few years ago now. I ran a half marathon. My legs felt, despite training, felt absolutely destroyed after I did the half marathon, and I sat down the evening after the race and just basically rolled rhodonite tumblestones up and down my legs, between my hands and my legs, just rolled them up and down the bad muscles to kind of just get some relief. And also I think just the action of rolling the stone really helped against the muscles as well, but the energy I got from it was just really lovely and healing. So if you do have affected joints that bother you, then holding rhodonite on the affected area can help. Same with amethyst and jet. Then going on to another extremely common thing, especially at this time of year, we have congestion and sinus issues. So if you get congested sinuses, or even worse, you end up with sinusitis, oh my goodness, it's awful. I hate it. And again, because I've had issues with my sinuses since I was a child, it's something I suffer from pretty much every winter time. So I know what medicines I need to take, and I also have my favorite crystals to reach for and basically just place them on my face. So again, we're looking at the brow chakra here because it's on the forehead, and if you have sinus issues, then of course there's like the bone, you're kind of under your eyes and over to your cheeks, like those cheekbones as well, because that's where I feel most of the pain and pressure when I have sinusitis. So you can place crystals there or on your brow chakra. So for congested sinuses, then I would recommend blue lace agate, sodalite, and again jet, because all of those can help just relax those muscles around in your face, and also just give some relief from inflammation, because that is what's causing the congested feeling, is actually the narrowing of all of the tubes. So it just helps kind of relieve that. Particularly the sodalite is really good for that as well. If, however, it has turned into sinusitis, there's some other crystals that you can add to the mix. I always use fluorite I use purple fluorite in particular. Fluorite is very good for infections in general, viral infections. I've used it for very, very often. But yeah, if you have any type of infection in your body, then fluorite can help with that from an energetic point of view. So I usually place fluorite on my cheek, like under my eyes, on my cheekbones, or against my nose, or on my forehead, along with amethyst. And you can also use emerald, and again bring jet into the mix for sinusitis as well. And then the last ailment I'm going to go through today is a sore throat. So sore throats, again, you can get that because you have a virus, because you have a cold. You may do a lot of talking in your job. You may sing, you may act, you may public speak, putting a lot of strain on your throat and cause you to have a sore throat. So it's something that, again, it's really, really common, and it can be as simple as keeping your throat hydrated, sucking lozenges, maybe drinking, swallowing honey to kind of soothe it if that's what you usually do. But there's also crystals that can help too, and of course with a sore throat, we're thinking of the throat chakra. So that is just at the base of your neck, on the front. So crystals I'd recommend for that is they're basically all blue. The throat chakra is blue. So if you don't have these specific crystals I'm going to say then, and you do have a blue crystal, then that's going to work as well. It's going to tune in with that throat chakra and help kind of clear anything you've got hanging around in there. But in particular, blue lace agate, blue jasper, blue tourmaline, they're all pretty common, easy ones to get hold of. I also use angelite quite a lot as well. It's another really kind of dreamy blue stone that you can place on your throat chakra to help soothe a sore throat as well. So those are the 6 ailments I'm going to go through today. I'm sure there are many, many more. If there are other ailments that you can think of that you would like to know about whether or not you can apply crystals to, which I'm pretty sure you can. There's crystals for everything. So go ahead and you can either send me a message, you can leave comments on the podcast, or you can leave comments. If this also goes up on YouTube, on the YouTube version of it, you can leave comments of, and maybe there'll be enough that I'll be able to make another episode of ailments that can help us through the winter period, and help us, give us a boost on that as well. So yeah, I hope you found that helpful, and I hope that's something you can kind of log for future use, and help you out with maybe gathering a bunch of those so you always have them on hand, particularly through autumn and winter, because a lot of those ones that I mentioned are related to like colds and things that we can get through the winter. Of course, like big elephant in the room, of course, there's COVID as well to think about at this time of year. It's not necessarily calming down anywhere near me at the moment, and in lots of places in the world it's still rife, but I wouldn't specifically say that a certain crystal is going to be good for COVID because I don't know enough about it. I've never experienced it, so I don't feel like I'm in a position to say, but I can suggest these crystals for these certain potential symptoms and ailments that you may be getting through the winter that can help you along. So if you want to ask me about that, then I'm not going to have a straight answer for you, because it's not something I can confidently recommend something for that specific. But for things like headaches, congestion, sore throats and things like that, then as I said in the in this episode, all the ones that I would recommend for that kind of purpose. So yeah, I hope you're not poorly. I hope we're all well and fighting fit, and continue to do so, and everyone's staying safe. And I hope you found that useful. I will be back again next Friday, and I think next Friday I'm going to be talking about all things Halloween, from a spiritual perspective, about where it came from, what it really means, and how you might like to mark the occasion from a spiritual point of view, as well as the fun, spooky candy point of view as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there before I start rambling on. And don't forget, you can visit my online crystal store over on Etsy. You can pop in the code Halloween for the rest of the month, right up until midnight on Halloween, to get 15% off across the whole store. And as I said at the beginning, the advice given in this podcast is not to be taken over and above advice from a health professional. It is a complementary addition to professional medical advice. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you to it. Hope you have a great week, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Bye.